in conversation with Lieutenant Colonel Kgothatso Khunou. Congratulations, Captain. You have won the Aviation Award at the 40 Under 40 Awards. How does it feel?
I'm still overwhelmed. I still cannot believe it. I'm very grateful. I'm very humbled. It could have gone either way, but I'm very appreciative of the votes by the jury. Um, I'm just so ecstatic. Thank you.
Yeah, you're obviously up against one of your colleagues. I don't know if you've met them before this entire ordeal, but just talk me through your journey as a air wing officer with the air wing unit. I know you're the head commander now, if I'm not mistaken.
So I am the chief pilot, Bloemfontein Airwing.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to just understand with the journey that I've had. I joined the police 2014.
Mm-hmm.
I've been
It's
with
10
the
years. Congratulations. It's a milestone year.
Yes, I did 10 years in May this year. It has been a learning curve for me from the beginning. It's been exciting with operational flying, with the growth that I've had to go through in the police, with the colleagues that I've had to meet, with the ladies and gentlemen in blue who I've had to work with all these years. It's been an exciting journey and a very humbling one as well, which I couldn't trade for anything. I've
Mm.
grown. I have learned a lot. I'm still to learn, but I am very appreciative of this journey.
I heard you had a fear of flying. Talk me through that.
I had a fear of flying in a commercial, plane, thinking, if it takes off, what if it crashes? Because
Mm-hmm.
of watching, what we knew of aviation and what we saw on TV, and
Mm-hmm.
with the air crash investigations, obviously one would have to apply their mind and think, what if this happens to me?
Mm-hmm.
But going through the tests and now being exposed to aviation, we learned that you don't, once you are in control of an aircraft, then that fear immediately disappeared from me.
How long did it take you to get over that fear?
Once I went solo on the helicopter. When you
I
are
suppose you have to
in,
trust yourself if you're alone in it, right?
of course, and then you can see your capability. You can see that
Mm-hmm.
you're able to do this, and then that fear just automatically goes away.
Mm. No, fantastic. Let's just maybe just talk me through how does it feel, the adrenaline? You're you're a bird in the sky. I don't know, you're tracking a stolen car or whatever the case may be. Just tell me about how it feels to be on the job and in pursuit of some of these criminals.
Personally, for me, the work that we do, because I do not fly alone, I fly with my crew, who is the law enforcement officer. It is fulfilling. It is fulfilling
Mhm.
because we always start with the ending in mind. I always
Right.
say, because we go out and we either pursue criminals or we go in and assist other units like search and rescue or
Mhm.
any other unit that's requesting our help. And then when we do find what we've been looking for, that for me is fulfilling. And remember, it also brings back to the results, good results as to how the aim is performed.
Mm.
So for me, honestly, it brings me so much closure because it gives other people closure, families that are looking for their loved ones who've been lost,
Mm.
maybe hiking in mountains, or we found a body that's been missing, or a criminal that's been caught. It brings closure to families that need closure on such cases, or and it's a fulfillment for the police that it's an achievement that we are combating crime, and we do it also with the help of the airwing assistance of the airwing to the other
Mhm.
units. So
Speaking of
very,
family, speaking of family, your parents, how do they feel about you doing the job that you do?
my father was very scared for me. when I
Right.
started. He was not keen, but because he was scared, my daughter's moving in the air, but
Mhm.
when time went by, he realized that I'm my own person, and I
Right.
really like what is not conventional, and he appreciated it. He's a very proud man today. My mother same.
Mhm.
She's ecstatic about all of this. My mom is very, very humble. So she
Yeah.
called me this morning and said, I'm proud of you. I never got to tell you, but I'm proud of you because now I can
Was
hold
that
the
the first
trophy.
time you heard that from her?
Because she had only seen the trophy only this morning. So that
Right.
is almost night rather. So she got to hold it and it was real for her then because now she's getting lots of messages. And
How did
remember,
that
I
make
don't
you
say
feel? Did you not have a tear in your eyes when your mom says that? It sounds like a very special moment.
well, I don't know. I don't react a certain way when people expect me to. When I'm alone, and then
It hits
realize,
you.
okay, this is what happened. It hits
Right.
me.
No, that's so beautiful, man. And yourself, you're obviously a black woman. You're one of 17 female pilots in the South African Police Service. There's obviously not a lot of you guys in the force, and I suppose the award is also a testament to you and the work that you do. And you're basically there saying it's possible to other young females out there. Um, what would you say to them in terms of having the SAPS Airwing as a possible uh, destination for them if they wish to be pilots, of course?
I would encourage them to pursue a career first in aviation, and
Mhm.
because in most cases, most people that join the air wing as pilots, they come qualified, fully
Mm.
qualified. So there are bursaries out there if you can acquire one through different companies and organizations that do provide. Get yourself a license, get yourself to be a pilot, and then apply in the police because in the police you get to fly operationally, which is
Mm.
different to, straight and level flight from one place to another. You get to learn a lot, and there are a lot of people that are willing to help you in the police in terms of
Mm.
training you to get to be um, competent with police work. It is There's no better place for me in terms of operational flying.
Right.
I've thought, I've had an amazing time with amazing instructors, with people that are willing to just pass on their skill to me.
Mm.
So it would be a great advantage for them. There's space for females in the police. That your trajectory will also um, it will be well defined and
Mm.
it will be fulfilling for you. So there's a need for police pilots. There's a need for people in aviation throughout other organizations as well. So I would
Mm.
advise them to join to pursue aviation, not just as pilots but as technicians, as engineers. There's a need for them.
Right.
And there's a demand for them. So
And just
I
honing
would
in on you
greatly
quickly.
advise people.
Lieutenant Colonel. You obviously started with the police service 10 years ago at the rank of warrant officer. If my memory of the ranks is correct, you then would have been promoted to captain. Am I correct?
Yes, that's correct.
And then captain to the rank that you're on now, which is lieutenant colonel.
That's true.
Am I
Yes.
correct? So the
Yeah.
pattern that I'm going to here is that there is space for growth and upward mobility from a career development point of view as
Absolutely.
well.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And then when do you become colonel?
When there is a post for colonel, then you just apply. Remember, when you are in a certain field, when
Hmm.
opportunity arises, you take it with both hands because remember, sometimes you're not a tree. You're supposed to grow. You're supposed
Right,
to move on to something that you find a passion in. So when you're within, if the opportunity arises or there's a space for you to just apply and go in, you do that, and
right.
you know. it can go either way, like I
Mm.
always say. Nothing is ever guaranteed, but it is your passion. If you believe that something can happen for you, then go for it, take your chances. And if you get it, then you do, then you grow from
Right.
it. You know.
Right, fantastic. And obviously, you are at work. There's no work environment without its challenges and its constraints. What are some of the challenges that you go through in your daily life as um, a
Well,
helicopter pilot for the SAPS?
without going too much into detail, the only thing that is we're struggling with, I think, even nationwide, is serviceability of aircraft,
Mm,
either from not getting parts or service taking too long or certain things like that. So that's the
mm.
one challenge that's affecting us mostly. That sometimes you don't have availability of aircraft to do your work. So that is one thing that is the biggest challenge.
What are
Any
the
other
hours
thing?
like?
Say again.
What are the hours like?
Of work. We work a normal. Some units work 12-hour shifts.
Hmm.
We work from 7:30 to 4.
Okay,
Um,
it
and
sounds
and I
normal.
just want to explain. Yes, for so all the units work differently according
Right.
to the strength of aircraft
Operational
that they have. So
demands.
the number
Yeah.
of that's correct. And also what your aircraft has. For example, we have lights that are attached to or installed onto the aircraft that
Hmm.
you're able to utilize at night for night operations. So now, if you don't have something like that, sometimes that will determine you working at night or not. So you
Mm.
will not get night operations as opposed to other units that can because they have a light that is installed on their machine. Also
Right.
because of availability. Yes.
Okay. And just going back to the question of the awards that you've won, just about the awards, how was the entire experience? How did you find it?
It was inspiring. There's
Right.
no better way to explain it. There are so many young South Africans that have achieved so much
Right.
and that are pushing themselves, that
And
are
there you are with them.
breaking barriers. I felt like, oh my word, I have never been in a space like this. I
Mm.
don't know a South Africa like this. But you wish that everybody
It
could
gives you hope,
actually
right?
say again.
It gives you hope.
Absolutely, absolutely. And you're thinking, these are people my age, and they've
Mm.
achieved so much, and they have so much drive. Multi-millionaires. I was in a room
Mm.
full of multi-millionaires,
Mm.
and they are young. And
Mm.
some you have, they're all Africans, South Africans, different colors, genders. It was very inspiring for me.
You
And
have to pinch yourself at some point.
the moment we left there, I was like, there's a lot to do for me. There's a lot for me to do. And my passion, I mean, all our passions are different, but mine
Right.
is to always give back. I was given an opportunity, and it will only be right that I give back to where I come from. And
Hmm.
like I said, working in the police, being in an organization, you have a bigger mandate of serving, of being of service to the entire nation. We
Mm.
serve and we protect, but to live principles all the time. But in terms of growth, you can grow in an organization as well. And there's so much that you can still do, even in organizations that the organization allows you in order to
Mm.
give back to the community, not just combating crime, but inspiring young people to actually be in the police, try and see how much of the police can offer, the excellence that's in the police itself. In one
Mm.
of the interviews, I actually even mentioned that there are so many of our colleagues that actually, have studied, they have accolades, they are very, very intelligent, excellent people who are dedicated, who are passionate about being in the police, who want to utilize what they have in the police. So, there's no better place for me in terms of, the part of the police that the people don't know. Is that they are great individuals in it. That
I
they
suppose it's
only
also important not to tell one-sided stories. I mean, we hear so much about the bad, we hear so much about the cool drinks, we hear so much about the the cops that beat up people on the highway, but every now and again there's an opportunity to tell the good stories, and I suppose we must hear those
Absolutely.
too, right?
And we're grateful to platforms like these ones where we're able to, if I have to be the voice for other people, to say that, we have great individuals to work,
Mm,
great leadership, and from people that you would not think because, the police is seen in a certain way. But
hmm
I would like to commend them and say they also inspire me. I'm inspired where I come from in the organization, be it from a guy from the station or from the dog unit or from every other unit in the police, that they don't get to be spoken about.
Right.
They are the unsung heroes of the police. So I'd like to congratulate all of them and say, I
Right.
mean, your little success is for everyone.
Mm,
This is for them,
mhm.
however they take it. So
Fantastic. And as we wrap up, Lieutenant Colonel, what's the big goal for you in the service and in life in general?
I would love my hope is for the Airwing to grow, for the skill to be passed on to those who will be needing it, and to create a safe environment, a sterile environment where we're able to utilize the skill that we acquired, which is flying either helicopter manned aircraft or unmanned aircraft, and
Hmm
utilizing it for the good of the organization to combat crime, to make this country a bit safer. Every day people sacrifice their lives. They don't know if they're going to come back to their families. And we commend them for it. I mean, we are grateful every day. But my hope is that people who wanted to join the police should join the police and acquire as much skill as they can, utilize it for the good to give back to this beautiful country of ours.
Fantastic. Before I let you go, I need to ask you some quick fire questions.
Okay?
What are you currently listening to on your phone, music wise?
Gregory Potter.
Gregory Potter. Okay. A bit of soul. And locally, what are you
And
listening to? You listen to local music?
I do listen to local jazz. I do listen to.
Okay. Where does the love of jazz come from?
I listen to Moses Dayoud. I love his albums. The inspiration comes from I grew up, with my father who likes classic music,
Hmm
and I love every kind of music depending on the mood. But
hmm
I think it's just a personal love. I was more drawn into jazz,
Right.
because it speaks to me more. Yes.
Okay. Um, okay, another question. Heels or tackies? And why?
These days, because people are growing, horizontally, I think techies are more comfortable. But heels, I love, but techies are more comfortable for now.
Okay. And then, all right, final one. A skirt or jeans?
Definitely jeans for me.
You're all about comfort, aren't you?
I am. I am. I am a lover of adventure. I'm a lover of, I'm that female that still would go bungee jumping, backwards or
Mm,
abseiling or, skydiving.
right.
I'm that kind of girl. So
Adrenaline junkie. I see you. Okay, I've actually got one more. And you're not allowed to say none. So cats or dogs?
dogs.
Right. You're definitely a cop because you can't get any cats in the service, right?
Now I'm actually taking. I've got a little small one that I'm taking care of for my sister.
Is
So
it?
it's
What type of dog is it?
yes, a Pekingese.
A what?
A Pekingese.
Okay, I don't know what that is, but I'll find out.
It's a little Pekingese.
All right, Lieutenant Colonel Khunou, it's been a pleasure speaking to you. Thank you so much, and all the best with your career.
Thank you very much, Sihle, for this opportunity, and thank you to everyone who will be viewing. this video and this interview. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Onwards and upwards.
For
And
sure.
then cut.